Hey, everybody. We're back here behind Coven at the Lafayette Bar. And here again for DJ Brad Scott's Coven Night. Now we're in June. Can you believe it? And it's feeling like summer. So we're here with Bustié. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. And then also right off camera, a little cameo by Sean from Spiral Path, who I had the pleasure of seeing last night in Philadelphia, and they all killed it. So thank you. Thank you, Sean, for... yeah. I'm sorry, I don't have a microphone for you.
Shout out to my favorite band, Spiral Path.
Yes. Thank you so much for driving Angie up here. So, so she could be here. But we're going to get into that, why she needed the ride in the first place. So, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. Introduce yourself and where are you from?
I am Angelika. I'm from East Los Angeles, California. I currently reside in Brooklyn, where I've been for the last 6 years or so.
Okay, great. So I know that you just released a new album, Throb, which is incredible. Oh my God. So it was just released. If you have not heard it, just go now, get it. It's incredible, start to finish. But I did notice, so I was going back through your discography, and it was a big gap. It was a little bit of a gap from your last album, Birds of Paradise. So tell me about the album. Tell me, and I know, pretend like we didn't just talk about all this stuff yesterday. But, what led you to, what caused the delay, but more importantly, talk about like the themes in the new album, Throb.
So in 2019 is when I put out Birds of Paradise. I went on a big giant, 6.5 week long US tour. And when I got back, I immediately started working on the follow-up record. Mm-hmm. On that tour, I knew that there was something that I needed different in my life. So I had already been kind of thinking about moving somewhere else. Originally, I thought I was going to move to Philly. I love Philly, mad respect for Philly, mad love for Philly. But I had a friend who had just moved to Atlanta, and I really enjoyed my time in Atlanta. It's really beautiful. And my friend was like, move to Atlanta. So I did.
Oh, wow.
And when I got to Atlanta, I had started recording the second record, and working on it. And I was in Atlanta for about 1.5 years. This was right at the beginning of COVID. I landed a month before lockdown.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And when I left Atlanta, my engineer's hard drive crashed with all of the album.
Oh my God.
So I was pretty, set back and a little bit discouraged. I started working on some of the album again. And in the making of it, my mother passed away.
Oh my God.
Which, it really, set me back a lot. Mm-hmm. I was also in New York. I was fortunate enough that I had some really good friends in New York, but ultimately I did not have the network of people at the time. And without having a strong support network underneath me, I kind of just stepped away from doing music because it was the immediate thing that I could cut out to take care of myself.
Sure.
Now we are about 6.5, 7 years later. Throb is out. I'm really quite overjoyed with this album. Half of it is tracks that I wrote in 2019.
Okay.
And then the other half is tracks that I've written while living in New York.
Okay.
And in New York, I've had tons of different collaborations with people who have been in the band with me. And so Throb is a compilation of tracks that I was writing in LA with my bandmates in LA. Mm-hmm. and half of it is with my bandmates who are here in New York.
Okay.
You know, I get asked a lot, like, if I feel like Throb lyrically or like thematically feels like 7 years apart. Unfortunately, I feel like a lot of the themes that I'm talking about on this album are things that have not changed in the last 7 years.
Right.
Specifically with things dealing with transgender rights, immigration issues, and ongoing genocide. Like, so much of what I am writing now is stuff that I was writing at that time.
Yeah.
And there's also, like, you know, there's a decent amount of like heartbreak and those types of things on the album as well. But I think across the board, these are all like sentiments that I've like kind of carried for the last like 7 years.
I see. Yeah. Yeah. When you think back to where we all were pre-pandemic, I mean, like, you know, we had that space in between where everything kind of just stopped, but it does kind of feel like history just keeps repeating, you know what I mean? We keep fighting the same fights, you know. I don't know. That's just my personal, you know, outsider view, but
Totally.
yeah. I guess, yeah. No, I mean, I love the album. Do you have any, I don't know, do you have any favorite tracks on it that you just...
Oh my God. So many.
Yeah.
Okay, so I feel like if you were to ask me what's a good Bustié track to start with, I would tell you Cruel Intentions.
Yeah.
I feel like that track encompasses all of my influences of like freestyle. I'm Puerto Rican. I grew up listening to freestyle in the backyards of East LA. It's a huge part of my life. Dancing is a huge part of my life. I also feel like Cruel Intentions embodies some of the more like dark electro influences that are prevalent in Bustié. I would also say Smile Now, Cry Later is another great song. It's my favorite song to play right now.
Nice.
That song is very reminiscent to me as well of growing up in Los Angeles, in backyard parties, underground raves, specifically of the Latin culture going on that is, you know, created the nightlife that is LA. So I think those two songs are my two favorites on the album.
Yeah.
And my two favorite to play live.
Yeah. I had I was lucky enough to catch her play them live last night, and I hope again today.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's awesome. They're both bangers. So
Thank you.
yeah, I love them. So talking about more obstacles, I suppose. This tour has been, I don't want to say cursed.
It is the Curse Tour.
Oh gosh, yeah. Well, all right. Since you said it,
It came in threes.
yeah. Okay, so maybe that's it. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So talk about merch, and then
Yep. So at the start of the tour, like about 3 days before I left, all my merch was stolen on my front porch. My best friend Eric Lee of Come On Strong, who has a screen printing company that really does incredible queer art. He called me and was like, girl, there's no way in hell you're going to go on tour without shirts. I'm going to make you t-shirts right now.
oh my gosh.
And he hand delivered them to me from from Philly to Brooklyn.
Wow. Yeah. And
Yeah.
Enigma merch did the
Enigma
initial
merch
run.
also helped out as well. Yeah.
The initial run, right?
Yeah. And then my record got pushed back like 8 weeks. I'm not going to name drop the pressing plant, but that was pretty brutal.
Jeez.
And then about a week and a half or so into the tour itself, we were in a near fatal car accident about 20 minutes away from the venue in Arizona that we were about to play.
Oh my God.
And as you can imagine, that drastically altered a huge bulk of this tour, both physically and mentally.
Right.
At that point, I sent my bandmates back to New York so that they could rest and recuperate. I went back to Los Angeles. I spent about a week there just trying to relax. And then I flew out to Knoxville, Tennessee, and I started the last run of the tour. So the last full week of tour itself.
That's great. So you had to cancel a couple shows.
Yeah, unfortunately had to cancel my southern route. So Albuquerque to New Orleans had to get chopped. I'm really bummed about it. I hate having to cancel anything. But at that point, it was just not a safe bet for me to do the rest of that tour, that southern run by myself.
Yeah. No, I think you did the right thing. And it's kudos to you for still, I mean, one, on your own, two, you salvaged as many dates as you could. So which is pretty incredible. Also taking, just help from friends, driving you from, stage to stage and so shout out to Sean.
Yeah. Shout out to Sean from Spiral Path. Shout out to the New Romantics, and also shout out to Corpse Dust.
Okay.
Between these three lovely angels, they helped me complete the last bit of the tour.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
I feel really grateful.
That's great. And you've got a ride back to New York tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Yeah. Good. Making sure you get back home.
Actually, I'm taking the bus tomorrow.
Oh, you're taking the bus?
In a way, I don't know. I'm just gonna put on my headphones and listen to some R&B and just relax.
Yeah, whatever. It's just a bus through all of North Jersey. It's a straight shot at least.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Overcoming obstacles has been the theme. So but you're here. Luckily the car accident was. I mean, it sucked for the car, but everybody was okay.
Listen, you could drop a house on me and I would still get up and be a wicked witch.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. Actually, that kind of perfectly segues into my next question. So I was doing a little digging on your socials and I see that you do some tarot card readings and some other practices. So how did you, just shout out my co-host, Eric, who's, of Moonburns. He's incredibly gifted tarot card reader. So I don't know. It just, I have mad respect because I got none of that. How did you get into it? How did you discover that?
So my great grandmother, who I was really fortunate enough to grow up with, my family has lived in Highland Park, California for since the 1920s.
Okay.
If you don't know about Highland Park, look it up. It's a very cool place to be now. It was not growing up. That was where the Avenue gangs were. My family ran in the gangs, getting out of the gang life for my family, everything really intense. But my great grandmother, she was a psychic and she held her business out of the front of her house. Growing up, I would go to the place and she had all these crystal balls for scrying in her garden that were covered up, and I would lay in the garden with her and we would talk about things. And when she passed away, I feel like it was the last key in unlocking who I've always been. Even at a young age, I've always had a knack for things, whether it would be talking in my sleep with family members who passed away who I never knew. And my parents would talk to me about this all the time. I have a decent amount of what people would consider a witch's mark. When I was born, my umbilical cord wrapped around my neck. I was dead for 23 seconds. And little things like that add to what is called a witch's mark.
Oh, wow.
So growing up, I've always had an inclination towards something special, something mystical, something that that I felt I could see and that I was connecting to. Fast forward to maybe 16 years old, I got my first tarot deck was gifted to me, and I've been reading ever since then. We're not going to say how long that's been because we don't know how old I truly am, but it's been a long time that I've been reading. My spiritual practice has like deeply become entwined with Bustié. A lot of my lyrical content, especially like the more socio-political side of things, talks about like invoking certain deities for strength, for protection. Lady of Dread, which was a single that I just put out for this album, is specifically in homage to Bastet, who is the main goddess that I work with.
Okay.
I wrote like the first album, Birds of Paradise, like more than half of it in one sitting because I felt Bastet and a couple of the other deities that I work with, I felt them come to me and wake me up in the middle of the night. And I literally wrote half of Birds of Paradise.
Wow. From
sitting down and feeling energized and inspired by my connection to my deities. I was also gifted my name Angelika or Angelika from my deities. So it's been like something so near and dear and entwined with not just my everyday life, but encompassed by my art as well.
Wow. I love that. Yeah. You had a whole nother page where, you were doing weekly tarot card readings and it was just like, oh, that was, I wish I had known when it was coming out. And I imagine maybe if that helped you at all during, COVID isolation, I don't know if you leaned on any of those a little bit, just to.
I was actually just telling Sean earlier, because I gave him a tarot reading earlier today. I was just telling him, I don't like looking at my own cards. I actually very rarely ever pull my own cards or have my cards read. I honestly just don't want to know what's going to happen to me. But during COVID specifically was a time where I think a lot of people felt very lost. And for me, that was an opportunity to help guide people to just feeling stable, to helping people feel seen or heard or understood. There was so much chaos of things going on that, I was able to use my gifts to just help people feel grounded. And ultimately, that is the purpose of why I do what I do. Is for people to feel safe and grounded and have some type of guidance if they feel they need it.
That's great. Yeah, I know it's really special. It's good to know somebody that you know well and trust that you can lean on, whenever you need like I've got this major life event, question, just need some guidance essentially. So yeah, I'm glad that you do that. That's especially for the people who are important to you. So yeah. Well, I guess lightening things up a little bit, getting back to music, other than your awesome, your own amazing stuff, who are you listening to right now? Just to kind of like chill, relax when, like when you're going to be on the bus tomorrow with your headphones. Well, what are you going to listen to?
Some of like the more like subdued influences in Bustié that like real heads can pick out. Like I'm a huge R&B head. I love R&B. I think if you were to hear like the first track on the album, you'd be like, wow, this is New Jack Swing. I'm obviously heavily influenced by Janet Jackson. She's huge reason why I do what I do. Tomorrow I'm probably going to listen to like some Brandy, some SOS bands. If I'm like just trying to relax, Mary J. Blige. But I feel like since I just got done with this tour, I literally was able to play with like every band that I played with on this tour, I handpicked.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I am so lucky and so fortunate that I've been able to play with so many incredible artists. Obviously, most recently last night, got to spend time in Philly, got to play with Spiral Path. I love Spiral Path. I love all of the bands that they're associated with. Cult Objects, The Spine, Extradition. Yeah. There's a lot. I really like that I like one band that has all of the side projects that I love as well.
That's
New Romantics. Absolutely love New Romantics. Corpse Dust. Puerta Negra. In Oakland, I got to play with this artist Edgar, who like really pushes the boundaries of like cumbia.
okay.
But like cumbia and like 90s rave.
Oh,
it's so insane.
Okay.
Skoto, another artist I got to play with in Oakland, doing really cool, pushing the boundary of like industrial pop. In Los Angeles, I got to play with Chalk Teeth, which is this really fab, sexy, chic band from New York that lives in LA now. Reminds me a lot of like Glass Candy, Chromatics. I got to play with Dildocs, which is like LA's like premier electro industrial band right now. In Arizona, I got to play with Night Mal, which is this really awesome post-punk band. They have all these influences of like oldies and things that you would like don't typically find in like post-punk music. And I use that term very loosely, but it's so true. Mostly Mesh. I got to play with her in Charlotte. Incredible, like grungy, dystopian, dark wave, high, hard femme energy. Like not sorry that I just like literally named everything from this tour, but it really is super important to me that all of these artists get the recognition that they deserve. I honestly don't think I could have done this tour without them.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. And it's too bad, like, I know there was even more acts that you could have also. Yeah. Ugh. But that's all right, because you're going to do it again, and you're going to go back to those cities, hopefully.
Yes. Also, shout out to Glitch Love, who I played with in San Diego.
Okay.
Some of the most exciting music I've heard in so long.
Okay.
The artist, like, has this, like, very new romantic club kid look. The music is just electro, like classic, hard, dancey electro. I feel so grateful for all the bands I was able to play with.
Oh my God. Well, I'm going to look up every single one. I mean, I know I'm familiar with a lot of them, but like you named a couple, I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. I got to check out some of these bands. So thank you for curating, handpicking all of these bands, because that's going to make for a better, I love it when a whole night is curated, like last night, last night was fabulous. And
it was
fun. And it did flow, you know what I mean? Each band kind of like built to the next one, I think. It's nice when they do that. Yeah. Well, thank you again for taking some time out. And by the way, this is the last night. This is your last night of the tour.
This is my last night of tour.
So after your show and, meeting the fans, you can kind of finally just relax, although I know you're not going to relax.
No. I'm going to start finishing some songs for album 3.
Right.
I have a decent amount of people who I was able to play with on the road that I plan on collaborating with, so writing tracks for that. I also have another band called Crimes of Passion. It's like, I say that it's like Stevie Nicks and the Banshees. So it's like very like westernized goth rock. And I've unfortunately been putting off finishing up that demo. So that demo is going to be the next thing that comes out.
Okay.
And tons of more Bustié stuff.
Oh my God. Okay.
Now that I'm back in these streets, y'all better recognize and watch the fuck out.
Back in New York, where you can kind of just buckle down and start turning out stuff again. Well, thank you again. Where can people find your music and find you online?
You can find me at Bustié Music on Instagram or anarchobodymusic.bandcamp.com.
Right. shout out to Bandcamp. Try to get as much stuff there as you can, but I assume all the streaming places.
Yeah, it's like streamable as well. Definitely.
Because you got to do that. But,
or you can just find me in these streets. Come to a show, pull up on me.
Yeah, just come out to Brooklyn or just catch you on tour.
Yeah.
So next time. Well, thank you again. And
thank you.
Really looking forward to seeing you twice, 2 nights in a row.
Thank you for coming out again.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. Take it easy, everybody.
You know, it's crazy. I've been on tour for 3 weeks and I haven't kissed a single person. Someone's got to change that for me tonight.